Clown just got into it bad with Tia Kemp after Tia told her to stop chasing after Blueface and start focusing on her son Chrisean. Didn't take that lightly and clapped back hard. Even going so far as to bring up Tia's son getting locked up, and clowning her for it. She said Tia should be more worried about getting her own son out of the streets before he ends up right back inside, instead of worrying about what she's doing with Blueface. But if there's one thing y'all already know, it's that Tia does not play when someone disrespects her, especially when it comes to her kids and baby. She dragged Chrisean without mercy. Tia fired back, saying Chrisean had no business speaking on anyone's child when her own son can barely function like kids his age because she was smoking and drinking during her pregnancy. And the crazy part, Tia didn't even come at her sideways. At first she kept it respectful, but once Chrisean brought up her son's time behind bars, oh, it was up. She must not have heard about Auntie Tia, because she doesn't go back and forth, she finishes it. This whole mess kicked off after Chrisean got online basically begging Blueface to take her back, even though she had just run off with her new boo Titan Newton. In a video, she said she was done with everybody else, wanted her family back, and told Blue she missed him and the baby. Was just waiting on his call, and promised to make up for everything, basically pouring her heart out. But of course, this didn't come without drama. And it was Blueface's mama Carissa who lit the match, hopping on live and saying the real reason Chrisean wants Blue back is because she's homeless and needs somewhere to stay. Where Carissa got that from, nobody knows. But she sounded very confident, and just like that, the mess had officially escalated.
Alright, so, as y'all know, I see that I follow my baby dad. I'm gonna work it out with my family, okay? Brought up everybody else for him, because everybody's just everybody, and that ain't enough for me. So yeah, you see me seeing Blueface, I'll be crying, because like, I am chilling. I'm happy. Daddy, I'm coming back on me and the baby. I'm just waiting on your call. I love you. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. And I'm gonna make up for everything. I promise.
She wasn't saying what he needed to hear, and she wasn't here for the mess at all. Crone clapped back at Carissa with zero hesitation, claiming it wasn't her that was broke, it was Blueface. According to her, she was the one covering his bills and debts because he couldn't afford them. And the last time she tried to walk away and let him handle things on his own, everything fell apart. So when she got back in the picture, she said she made it her mission to fix things, buying his chains back, covering the bills again, trying to hold it all down. But now that he's got money elsewhere, he's acting brand new. Crone also vented about Blueface trying to turn her against people, especially his mother, Carissa, who she accused of exploiting their child for clout and saying whatever she wanted online without consequences. She made it clear she didn't care if he made up with his mom, but he needed to check that situation. Crone even shared that when she approached Blue about helping him get his things back and getting back to the bag, he brushed her off, saying, "I don't need no artist, I need a BTCI, need a Blueface, need a Blueface." And to that she responded, being Blueface is about getting money, right? But while she was out here trying to make something happen, Blue wasn't having it. An audio leak from Blueface in jail exposed his side. He said he allowed Crone to live in his house rent-free because she was homeless, not because he needed her. He said it was all for their son, trying to give both of them a stable place to stay. And he made it clear if she has the funds and the independence she claims online, she's more than
in a stable place yet. So, I mean, I wouldn't say that that's a lie. Your son gonna end up in a bad space. Well, long as his father is there, you can trust and believe his father is about his business. So she would have to go through his father to make that happen. And y'all keep thinking Jonathan's daddy play. He don't play more than I don't play. So she ain't playing me. I mean, it's clear and obvious that she don't have a stable place to stay. So she not playing me. And he got a baby by her, so that's something that he got to deal with for the next 18 years. Graduation, high school, prom, homecoming. You gotta deal with that for the next 18 years, my boy. If he don't have no insurance, he will be under my husband's insurance by morning. So you don't have to worry about that. And I will let Jonathin know that too. If Jonathan's insurance is not available, I will let my son know that his son can get right into whatever he needs to get into to get what he needs. Yes, ma'am. I already been told her that. So if he don't got what he needs, it's because she not saying
welcome to move out. He doesn't care what fake story she's spinning for social media. He just wants her to stop lying. I thought I was doing you a solid, he said. You were homeless, so I gave you a home. To make matters worse, Blue even posted a video of what his house looked like after Crone moved out, and, let's just say, it looked like a tornado ran through it. Here's the next section of your content turned into a dramatic and cohesive paragraph, continuing the tone and flow from the previous part. Blueface posted a video showing the entire house wrecked and cluttered, claiming Chrisean tore the place up, and to drive his point home, he dropped an IG story that simply read, "Christ no longer lives here." But of course, Chrisean wasn't letting that slide. She hopped on IG Live and went off, calling Blueface a demon and accusing him of being a full-blown substance addict who's been doing heavy drugs even behind bars. She claimed he was on a mission to ruin her life out of spite, and insisted she never trashed his house. The place was already a mess before she even moved in. One of her friends backed her up with a photo and claimed Blue's video was old, saying, "I was just there yesterday. Don't play her like that." But social media detectives were quick with the receipts. They compared the video to the background of Chrisean's recent Twitch stream and found the same exact mess, proving her and her friend were likely lying. Speaking of her Twitch stream, that situation spiraled too. Chrisean got banned from the platform after she left her baby in the car to argue with Blueface on the phone. She told one of the Twitch employees in her house to watch Junior, but the employee sounded overwhelmed, saying the baby was crying, and Chrisean didn't even care enough to check. Her entire focus was on that call, and even after hanging up, she didn't check on her son. It got so bad that clips surfaced of her asking people to load her crying baby into a car while she continued talking to the camera. As backlash exploded in the chat, Chrisean got defensive and claimed she was tending to her son by having certain people around to do it for her while she worked. But when the pressure got too real and the narrative started slipping out of her hands, she turned the story into something darker. Chrisean jumped back on Instagram and accused Blueface of physically abusing her while she was pregnant, saying he kicked her in the stomach in an attempt to end her pregnancy with JR. She said Blue had made it clear from the start that he didn't want the baby, and felt like he could do anything to her because he was the one paying her rent. Chrisean went live again and gave a chilling account of what allegedly happened in Vegas, saying she was lying in the corner of the bed, pregnant, when Blueface beat her and threatened her life and their unborn child. "If you move, your stomach gonna bleed. You're gonna be bleeding for a month." On Schoolyard Crip, she recalled him saying, she snapped back, saying he's no Crip, calling him a demon, and claiming that the people he once called family, his manager, his crew, even his baby mama, don't respect him anymore. Things got even darker when she claimed he ran her over with a car while she was 6 or 7 months pregnant. Still, she admitted the worst part wasn't even the abuse, it was that she let material things like a watch and a couple of rings make her think she needed to go back just to see if she still had it. Through the tears and rage, she offered advice to any woman listening: if you're leaving, leave everything. Don't make a stupid plan in your head like, "I'm just going to grab this real quick." Leave the car, leave the keys, and don't come back. She said she knew Blueface felt her slipping away, and that's when he tried to trap her again, claiming he paid her $40 just to stay in the house. While all of this was playing out online, Tia Kemp jumped into the conversation, trying to offer Chrisean some tough love. Tia called her out for leaving baby Junior in the car just to argue with Blue and depending on strangers to care for her child when it was clear Junior needed more than just a babysitter, he needed a present mother. Tia pointed out what many were already saying: Junior reportedly has special needs, and Chrisean's priorities were upside down. But instead of taking the advice, Chrisean went off. She brought up Tia's son being stabbed in the streets, mocking her for raising a child who ended up in gang-related violence. "Go get your son off the streets," she snapped. "I ain't judging, but you want people to pray for him after he got stabbed." "Yeah, I said it." Chrisean also reminded Tia that this wasn't her first time speaking out and trying to come for her parenting, referencing a past moment when Tia asked for a video of Junior holding a bottle, something Chrisean took as another jab.
This before, Auntie. And you nobody fucking aunt. We don't know you. You're a funny ass lady, but we don't know you, bro. In real life, we don't know you, bro. You feel me? And even if you was my aunt, my nigga, call me like you really love me, bro. You don't know what's really going on for real and what's really, really going on for real. Like, I don't know what's really going on with your kid, bro. But you would want us to pray for him, right? When he got stabbed. I pass judgment. Oh, he outside. He banging. He this. He in the streets. Man, go get your son off the streets, man. Stab for it, bro. Yeah, I said it. Out here. I be ignoring every time you try to speak up against me or about my kid. The last time you spoke up against me, you was like, yeah, show us something. Show him holding a bottle up or something. And then shortly after, your son gets stabbed the fuck up. It doesn't feel good, does it? Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. If you got a kid, right? Okay. Don't stop passing judgment. I love you down. You funny. But come on now, stop speaking on me. For real. Stop speaking on me. Go back to clapping those saggy ass. Just go back.
Let me tell you something. Ain't nobody could tell me to stop talking about them thing I see in the media. Okay? I done forgot I was on TikTok. Now I'm cussing you out. I don't give a if I see something on the blogs and I come across it and I see something and I want to say something, I'm going to comment and I'm going to say something. I don't give a damn who don't like it. When they see me in the blogs or in the media, they say what they want. You can't fight the world. You can't fight the world, baby. You can't. You cannot. You can't fight the whole world. All you can do is do better, man. That's all. Make the world a better goddamn place. You don't want to be, nothing to be said about you. Don't bring it online. I'm saying just what every goddamn body else have said, but with a kind heart. All right? Like I said, get your off the internet and go home and build money. All that online, all that. Yeah, about it. All this been going on since you been in jail, out of jail. Nobody want to hear that. If I got to come on here with a bikini on or a thong, I'll show you this behind ain't saggy and bad body. I would show you. I don't like the body shame, but I believe you was an athlete or something like that back in your days and in your times. You can go run some of that burrito belly up off of you. Okay? Before you start talking about how I'm shaped and the saggy and old and all that, you better pray you get 48. Okay? Because I done been your age. You got to get mine. All right? But I'm going to pray for you. I am. I'm going to pray for you. Okay? I'm going to pray for you, little girl. Now, y'all leave her alone and stop tagging me with all of this unnecessary stuff. Because I said what I said, and I ain't going to change. I said what I said.
There are few words in the English language that carry as much quiet power as friend. It's not a grand title. It doesn't command attention like leader, or carry the formal weight of partner or spouse, but behind its softness lies something sacred, a bond forged, not by obligation or blood, but by choice. A friend is someone who sees you not the polished version you show to the world. Not the profile picture or the filtered story, but the messy, complicated, fully human you, and still chooses to stay. I've had many types of friends. Some came like fireworks, loud, beautiful, explosive, and just as quickly vanished. Others arrived slowly, like the sun rising over a horizon I didn't know I was walking to. A few were mirrors, reflecting both my light and shadows back at me, and the truest ones. They were anchors, steady, grounding, unshakable even in life's wildest storms. The beginning of friendship often begins in the most unexpected places. A shared laugh during a boring class. A random seat at lunch. A kind word when the world feels harsh. Most of us don't remember the exact moment a person stopped being a stranger and started becoming ours, but one day you look up, and there they are, someone who knows your favorite song, your biggest fear, and the way your voice cracks when you're about to cry. I remember meeting one of my oldest friends on a bus ride home from school. We were 11, awkward, and bored. She had a peanut butter sandwich and a sketchbook. I had a Game Boy and a backpack full of nonsense. We traded both. It started with games and doodles, but quickly turned into trust and truth. By the end of that school year, we were more than kids who sat next to each other. We were witnesses to each other's becoming. That's the magic of friendship. It's built in small, often unremarkable moments that slowly stack into something unshakable. The middle, when life gets complicated as we grow. Life adds layers: jobs, partners, kids, moves, illnesses, heartbreaks. And sometimes those layers bury old friendships under piles of "I've been meaning to call and we should catch up soon." But the real ones, they dig. They call anyway. They check in even if months have passed. They know when silence means I'm busy and when it means I'm not okay. And they show up, not always perfectly, not always with the right words, but with presence. And that's enough. I've had friends who saw me through the worst chapters of my life, when I couldn't get out of bed, when I lost someone I loved, when I questioned my worth. They didn't offer solutions or pity. They sat with me in the dark until I could find the light myself. And I've done the same, because real friendship is not transactional, it's transformational. It doesn't keep score. It holds space. It stretches, forgives, adapts. It says, you don't have to have it all together to be loved. The fractures. When friends become strangers, but not all friendships last. Some fall apart with a betrayal, a harsh word, a final straw. Others fade with a whisper, dissolved by time and distance. Losing a friend can be more painful than any breakup, because friendships often hold history. They hold versions of you no one else remembers. Inside jokes, first heartbreaks, family dinners, wild nights, quiet nights. When a friend leaves, it feels like a part of your life disappears with them. I once lost a friend I thought I'd grow old with. We had plans, vacations, weddings, years of memories ahead. But people change, and sometimes those changes pull you in opposite directions. We stopped understanding each other. Resentment grew in the silence. When the goodbye finally came, it was almost a relief, but still a heartbreak. And yet, I'm grateful, because even friendships that don't last forever can still be real, still be sacred, still teach us something. Every friend, whether they stay or not, leaves fingerprints on our lives. The best kind of friend isn't perfect. They don't always text back on time. They miss your birthday. Sometimes, they say the wrong thing. But they try. They show up when it matters. They remind you who you are when you forget. They celebrate your wins like they're their own. And they hold your hand through your losses without making it about them. They see your mess and don't flinch. They challenge you when you're wrong. They defend you when you're not in the room. They help you heal in ways no therapist or lover ever could. Simply by being there. They grow with you. They evolve. And they let you evolve too. One of my favorite texts I ever received from a friend simply said, "I'm proud of you for making it through today. No pretense. No agenda. Just love. Sometimes that's all we need. Friendship as survival for many of us, especially those who come from trauma, marginalization, or isolation. Friendship isn't just a comfort. It's a lifeline. Found family is real. For people who feel out of place in their own homes, who grow up misunderstood or unloved, friendship offers a space to be seen and safe. To belong. I've watched friendships save lives. I've watched them rebuild shattered selves. I've seen two broken people come together and slowly stitch each other back together with late-night calls and inside jokes and fierce loyalty, in a world that often feels cold and chaotic. A friend is warmth. A reminder that love doesn't have to be romantic to be profound. That soulmates don't always wear rings, sometimes they just hold your secrets. The older we get as we age, friendship looks different. It becomes quieter, deeper, less performative. We don't need daily contact to stay close. We don't need wild nights out. We just need mutual respect, effort, and love. We need people who know how to give us grace and hold us accountable. People who cheer for us even when life takes us far away from each other. We need people we can call after months of silence and still pick up right where we left off. That's the kind of friendship I cherish now. Not quantity, but quality. Not flashy, but faithful. The ones that feel like home even when everything else feels uncertain. Why friendship matters. Friendship teaches us how to love without conditions. It teaches us about empathy, patience, vulnerability. It teaches us to show up, to listen, to forgive. It helps us see ourselves through someone else's loving eyes. When the world tells you that your worth is tied to your productivity, your appearance, or your success. A friend reminds you that you are enough, just as you are, and in return, you learn to be that for someone else. You become a soft place to land. A safe space to fall apart and rebuild. You become part of someone's healing. Their story, their joy, and that's everything. So here's to the friends, the ones who stayed, the ones who left but still mattered, the ones we're still learning how to be. May we cherish them. May we forgive them. May we be grateful for them. Because at the end of the day, when everything else falls away, it's our connections that keep us grounded, and a true friend. They're not just part of our lives, they're part of our soul. When motherhood meets the internet, Chrisean, Tia Kemp, and the battle over accountability because Chrisean said what she said, and made it crystal clear she's not walking a single word back. Don't apology. No remorse. Just more posts. More videos. More chaos. But while Chrisean is standing 10 toes down in her truth, or her version of it, the internet isn't buying it. In fact, the backlash is only growing louder. And at the center of it all is a single, uncomfortable truth. When does speaking out become necessary? And when does it become cruel? Let's rewind for a second. The drama kicked off when Chrisean went nuclear on Tia Kemp, tossing out one of the lowest blows we've seen on Instagram. In a minute, referencing the stabbing of Ti's son in a cold, mocking tone. "Your son got stabbed up. That don't feel good, huh?" Chrisean said, her voice void of compassion, laced with venom. The clip, now screenshotted and reposted across 1,000 blogs, sent shockwaves through Black Twitter, hip-hop, Instagram, and anyone else even loosely tapped into celebrity culture. Tia, never one to hold her tongue, had previously commented on Chrisean's parenting and her habit of sharing every emotional breakdown, baby mishap, and questionable moment online. Too many. She was saying what countless others had whispered in group chats and DMs: if you don't want people talking, stop bringing your mess to the internet. But Chrisean didn't take kindly to the unsolicited advice. And what came next was personal, vicious, and, depending on who you ask, unforgivable. Still, as Chrisean continues to post like she's the comments and think pieces keep rolling in. One user summed up the growing sentiment: "We know a baby should be walking by almost 2 years. Tia Kemp ain't responsible for her grown son getting stabbed, but you are responsible for your child's condition. After you pray, take that baby to the pediatrician today." Another chimed in with even less tact: "So glad somebody is finally holding her accountable. Love Tia. That baby needs help, and since her own family won't say it, probably because most of them were born with something in their system, I'm glad she did." Harsh, maybe, but the outrage doesn't exist in a vacuum. There's a real, growing concern among viewers and fans, not just about the shade and drama, but about that baby, a child who didn't ask to be famous, who didn't ask to be born into chaos, or to be the center of content, clapbacks, and conspiracies. That's what this whole situation really boils down to: accountability versus attack. Was Tia wrong for publicly calling Chrisean out? Or was she doing what Chrisean's own circle won't, speaking truth to power? To answer that, you have to understand who these women are and what they represent. Chrisean, the internet's unfiltered protagonist, has become something of an anti-hero in the digital age.